Welcome to Glow Light World. So this is a face cap with a strand. All right. Actually, it's because of the intensity of the sun that inspired this. But later on, I saw it on Pinterest. Yeah. So it means I'm not the inventor though, but I was just inspired because the sun was just too much each day. So my pattern is what we call free pattern, but as you can see, I'm just trying to make a pattern for you to make it easier to understand. So you cut a paper 8 inches by 5 inches, just as you see me do. 8 by 5 inches, you cut a paper. Then from one end of the 8 inches, you just draw a curve as if you want to write a big C. Draw a curve, not a straight line. Watch my hand. You go in, then you come out to the other end. Yeah. Then at the bottom part, you just put a slant curve in the two sides. Watch me do it. A slant curve in the two sides. Now another way to just get this pattern is if you already have a face cap, you could just use a paper with a marker and draw, what is it called, you just draw out the shape of the brim, the face cap brim, right? So you could just see what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to show you how you could achieve this. Yeah, so you just cut it out and then you place it on your material. Feel free to use any material of choice, but here I used a purple velvet is a kind of stretchy, it's very stretchy. Yeah, so it's either you cut it two pieces, but here I did not cut it, I just use a piece of cloth, fold into two, and then you place your pattern on it and then you trim it out. Place your pattern and then you trim it out. So, but in my own case, I'll be cutting off the excesses after I've secured that pattern, that brim. So what I did was to fold into two this very material. Watch what I'm doing. The right side is in. The right side is in. I just want to use that my brim to a kind of sew out the curve or the pattern. You see what I'm doing? That's how you're going to sew it. Now I'm not sewing on that marco. That thing is called marco. My brim is called marco. I'm not sewing on it. But so after sewing, after securing the brim so tightly, then you get the body of the cap. This is the body of the cap. I folded the material into two. As you can see, I folded it into two, and then I measured 33 inches. Unfold is 33 inches, which means if you flip it open, you have 66 inches. Then by 10 to 12 inches, 10 to 12 inches is okay. 10 to 12 inches is okay. 10 to 12 inches. Don't forget, as I folded my material, I measured 33 inches, which means if you lay stretch, you have 66 inches by 10 inches. Then as it is on fold, you fold it again the fourth time, like you see what I did here. Then you measure at the end, at the tip of it, not the curved side, the tip of it. You measure 8 inches. You see how I put my tape? Slantly, not on a straight line. 8 inches there. Then you cut it out. You cut out that one. You cut out that one. 8 inches. 8 inches is okay. Now the aim of this is just to have a kind of a narrowed tip. The strand at the end of the strand will be something like slant, not just full or straight line. Yes, so you cut it out. 8 inches, you cut it out. Now after you cut it out, you open it again, then you open it straight. You see what I'm doing? You open it straight. Now fold it. The right side of the material will be inside. You see the slant I've created there. You see the slant I've created. Now you sew it like this, and then sew it straight down the 66 inches. Sew it straight down the 66 inches. Then you leave just a little opening where you are going to turn it out from. Yes, you see the slant is on the two ends of the strand. So you sew it and leave a little place. Now back to the brim, you see I've secured the material, so I'll trim off the excesses, and then I'll tuck this marco, I'll tuck it in. Yes, you see what I did? You trim out the excesses, and then you tuck it in. You tuck it in. So we are done trimming it. You turn it out. The right side is out now, so you can now tuck in the brim. That is the marco. You now put it inside of it. Yeah, arrange it so properly. Arrange it well. Arrange it. Arrange it smoothly. Arrange it smoothly. Arrange it smoothly. Now at this point, you could just decide to sew some lines on top the brim just to secure it, or maybe just to add a kind of some beauty to it. All right, but it's just fine. You see where I'm pointing? I'm going to still sew there to hold it firmly. Yeah, welcome back. So you can see the strand is ready. I call it the body of the cap. You see this tiny hole? That's where I turned it out from. You remember the 66 inches? Yeah, that's the slant. You see how it looks? See how it looks? That's how the other end also looks like. Yeah, so that is it. And the next thing you will do now is to get the brim. Now get this one, this strand. Now you fold it into two. Fold it into two equal parts. Yes, to determine the middle point. That's the middle point. That's it. You arrange it properly. Now the sewn part, you are attaching the brim on the sewn part. Yes, that side you sew. The side you sewn, okay? You are attaching your brim. This is the brim. You see, I told you we are going to secure it tightly. That has been done. You cut out the excesses now. So I'm cutting out the excesses. After that, I'll fold it into two equal parts. Make sure you fold into two equal parts. One side should not be longer than the other side. Fold it into two equal parts. You notch that middle, just a little cut, or if you have your marker, you could just mark it. It's just to determine the midpoint. Now you lay it. You see what I'm doing? Midpoint to midpoint, you pin it down. The middle of the strand and the middle of the brim, you pin it down with a sharp pin. Oh, don't mind this my pin that is disgracing itself. Yeah, use a sharp pin. So you pin it, and then that sewn part, that's what I'm showing you now. The sewn part, you make sure you are sewing on that line that you sew straight the 66 inches, that line. Yes, just to cover it. All right, just to cover it. You see what I'm doing? Now you sew it like this. That's all. You see what I did? Sew it like that, and then this is how what the cap will look like. Now at this midpoint, you just gather the middle, this center. Just use your needle and thread. Please use matching thread. Just secure this middle. See what I'm doing? You just gather it. You put your needle in, out, in, out. You see how my hand is going? In, out, in, yeah, out, until you get to the end. But make sure the end will take you in at the wrong side, all right? So that's where you are going to secure it, tie it. Yeah, you see. But it's optional. You could just decide not to make these gathers. But if you make these gathers, it makes it look more beautiful. Just a style. Please use matching thread. Don't mind me. Oh, use matching thread for this. All right, use matching thread. And that is it. The cap is ready. The cap is ready to wear. Yeah, the cap is ready to wear. That is it. We are done. We are done. It's so simple but very beautiful. Yeah, you see this inside, you could just use your bias to cover the rough side, that sewn part. The cap is very beautiful, I tell you. Each time I wear it out, people always appreciate it. I mean, I just did it because one day I went out, the sun was just terrible. I came in, I was like, oh my caps, I don't just like wearing them again. I needed something new, something just a new cap. And boom, this just came to mind and I did it. Later on, I just began to see something that looks like it, though not exactly this way, but just similar cap on Pinterest. So this is it. Thank you so much for training with Glow Light Collections. May the Lord bless your handiwork. Thank you. Bye. See you in my next class.